As a 32-year-old male night security guard, you expect a certain level of quiet and solitude. But sometimes, the night brings with it a darkness that is not just the absence of light. Here's the most unsettling experience I've had while everyone else was asleep. It was a typical night at the office building where I worked. The building was a maze of cubicles and glass-walled conference rooms. The fluorescent lights cast a sterile glow, and the hum of the air conditioning was the only sound. My nightly routine was uneventful, checking the locks, watching the monitors, and occasionally patrolling the floors. The world outside was silent. The city's hustle paused until dawn. I enjoyed the solitude and predictability, but that night, an unshakable feeling settled over me, as if something was slightly off, just waiting to reveal itself. Around 2 a.m., I heard it, the faintest sound of footsteps. It was a soft patter echoing down the hallway, but no one else was supposed to be here. I paused, listening intently, my heart quickening with each step. Grabbing my flashlight, I ventured into the corridor. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing nothing but empty desks and chairs. I walked the length of the hallway, checking every corner, every shadow, but the source of the footsteps was elusive. The footsteps stopped as suddenly as they began. I convinced myself it was just my mind playing tricks, perhaps the building settling, or a dream slipping into reality. But the unease lingered, a whisper that something wasn't right. Returning to my station, I decided to check the security cameras. I replayed the footage, scanning each frame for anything unusual. And there it was, a shadow, amorphous and fleeting, darting between cubicles. It was brief, almost imperceptible, but undeniably there. I rewound, playing it again and again, my eyes fixed on the screen. It moved with intent, purposeful, yet surreal. The logical part of my mind screamed for explanation, perhaps a trick of the light, a glitch in the camera. Yet, something primal told me it was neither. Steeling myself, I resolved to investigate further. I needed to know what it was, or who. I made my way to the basement, the one area the cameras didn't cover. The air was colder, the silence more profound. As I descended the stairs, a chill ran down my spine. Suddenly, I saw it, a figure standing at the far end of the room. It was motionless, as if waiting. I called out, but received no response. The figure turned, and in an instant, disappeared into the darkness. I raced forward, my flashlight sweeping across the room, but the figure was gone, vanished into the shadows as if it had never been there. The basement was empty, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, of something sinister lurking just beyond the edge of the light. Determined to find answers, I searched the basement thoroughly. Hidden behind a stack of old filing cabinets, I discovered a door I had never noticed before. It opened to a small, windowless room. The walls were covered with strange symbols, and the floor was littered with bizarre artifacts. A chill ran through me as I realized this place had been used for something dark, something that shouldn't be disturbed. The feeling of being watched intensified, and I knew I wasn't alone. Hastily, I backed out, locking the door behind me, my mind reeling with questions. The next day, I reported everything to my superiors. They dismissed it as a prank, but increased security measures nonetheless. I continued my shifts, but the sense of safety I once felt was shattered. The building felt different, as if it held secrets waiting to unravel. Even now, I wonder what I encountered that night. Was it a figment of my imagination or something more sinister? As I patrol the silent halls, the memory lingers. The darkness is no longer just an absence of light. It holds secrets, and sometimes they watch you back.